time for another Grizz Weekly Update. I'm Michael Wallace. She's Kelcey Wright Johnson. Kelcey, this time a week ago, we were talking about the hottest team in the league, 7-game winning streak. Now, this week, we're talking about a team that has to pick up the pieces from a 4-game losing streak, which is tied right now for the longest losing skid in the league. It's one word. What happened?
Hoy. I'm going to go, Mike, and I know this is not a cop-out, but the injuries, I think, are really affecting this team right now. And I'm saying not even in games. I'm saying if you look at even practicing, they don't have enough guys to practice right now.
We're talking about practice.
Yeah,
Practice.
I know. We need Iverson here to just talk more about practice. But John Morant, after the game yesterday, said, the team needs to play a full 48. It's really hard to do when you're just exhausted. Again, not an excuse, but I think even when the team's up, when the team's down, they don't have enough players to get guys out, to get them rest, and then they're practicing every day. They've got 8 games in 13 days. The practices would be exhausting. They don't have enough players to go through even a 5-on-5 drill. I think that injury bug is really just catching up to them.
I agree with that, and I think that the fact of the matter is where the Grizzlies are struggling right now in the areas that they were strong, getting deflections, getting steals, forcing turnovers, being athletic defensively. And when you don't have Brandon Clark and DeAnthony Melton, those two guys specialize in the things that the Grizzlies do well when they're playing well defensively. And with both of those guys out right now with injuries, it's tough to sort of get past that. But they have to. As you said, 8 games in 13 days, starting with the next one right here at FedEx Forum on Wednesday against the Hornets. We're seeing, just like the Toronto Raptors on Monday night, the Hornets are a team that's finding themselves. What can the Grizzlies do? If you're going to Taylor Jenkins and saying, hey, here's one thing, not 12, but just one thing we need to improve on right away, what would it be?
First off, I think you'd be like, Kelcey. No.
Nah, you got skills. Hey, look,
I think
you set a record for threes or something?
Oh, stop tooting my horn. I think everything starts on the defensive end, and I know that's a very general statement, and it seems obvious, but good defense fuels good offense, especially with a team like the Grizzlies who kind of thrive off of the fast break. They're still 4th in the league right now in fast break points. Against the Raptors, they had 8 points in transition, and that's just not the key to success for this team. But I think it also comes down to their defensive effort as well, and despite being tired because of injuries, I think this is what it comes down to. Look, the Raptors shot 55% from the field. The last 4 games that the Grizzlies have lost, opponents have shot 55%, 52, 57, no, 47 and then 59% from the field. And that you just can't win games when that defense doesn't start it. And then again, that defense fuels the offense. So yeah. I think moving forward, Charlotte and the Lakers are both top 10 in fast breaks in the league. And then the Kings is that 3rd game, they're 13th. So these are 3 teams that are going to get moving and going to run. And I think it's gonna come down to just effort. Yeah.
I mean, you talk about effort and talk about pace in terms of how these next few opponents like to get up and down. The one thing I would say is, listen, protect the 3-point line. Over the last 4 games during this losing streak, the Grizzlies have seen teams make 70 3-pointers over the last 4 games. They're torching the Grizzlies from the 3-point line. We have to have better on-ball defense in order to prevent the shifting and all of the getting lost in transition and covering on the defensive end. If the Grizzlies can protect the 3-point line, get better on-ball defense, I think that can start the turnaround. We'll see if they can make it happen. Right now, the Grizzlies know what they need to do to get back on track. We'll see if they can do it. It starts Wednesday right here at FedEx Forum against the Charlotte Hornets. For Kelcey Wright Johnson, I'm Michael Wallace. Keep it locked on all of our Grizzlies content at Grind City Media.